How you doing, Douglas County? I wanted to go into a few things that I know have been causing principals some issues and some concern, and I want to make sure that we're all on the same page going forth as we make this transition. I wanted to begin with an unofficial mission statement that Dr. Scott created prior to his departure. These have not been approved per se by Mr. North yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to sound something like this, so I do want to read the mission statement for the Operations Department. The mission of the Douglas County School System Facilities Department is to maintain our facilities in such a manner that its appearance is the pride of the community, comfort to its users, and supports the academic success of all students. The mission is achieved by utilizing in-house and outside personnel for construction projects, emergency repairs, routine maintenance, and preventative maintenance programs, thus improving facilities to create cost savings for the school system and taxpayers. In a nutshell, we want to save money and not spend money excessively while giving you a great service from this department. So with that said, I want to go briefly into the rationale for Facilitron. I know there is some heartburn with the system, but we are working through it. It's basically a blank platform that we are designing as we learn what's going on in schools and how to better serve you. The basic purpose of the program is to measure the amount of energy and time we're spending in schools outside of the regular school day, outside of the school day meeting, outside of faculty meetings, outside of ASP, outside of concerts, outside of those types of programs that are essential to the everyday functioning of the school. We're trying to measure how much money is going out of the window because we are not following district policy, and the district policies are set and clear based on the usage and the usage fees that are in the board policy that is outlined, and I believe policies K and G. I think those contain all of the policies. Anyway, I'm going to briefly talk about Facilitron and its purpose, which is to get money back. One of the trends in operations is called recovery costs. That's a national thing that's going on where schools and districts want to recover some of the money that has been used traditionally for school purposes and sometimes for personal purposes by people who work in the school system. About $500 billion is lost every year in costs in energy and things that schools have to replenish, such as gym floors, such as walls, such as restrooms and keeping them clean. About $500 billion annually go to this cost, and schools normally don't recoup any of that money, and about 2% of school facilities are I'm going to use the word destroyed over the course of any given school year. So if schools are declining by 2% every year, after about 50 years, you are in a situation where you need a renovation. So Facilitron was brought on board so that we can begin to recover some of those costs based on the policies that we are supposed to be following. So what we're finding is a lot of schools are using their gymnasiums for various reasons and other rooms, but the gymnasiums are being heavily used, and therefore the refinishing of the floors, for example, gets pretty bad after a while, very quickly as a matter of fact. So we're refinishing floors every year for schools that are making, we don't know how much money because we're not receiving due fees here at the county, but then the schools turn around and ask for the refinishing of their floors again every year, even though they're actually making the money and the district is not receiving any money. And there are numerous instances like that around the county, not just dealing with basketball, but just other things. So when I send the email, and this video will be attached, you will see how we're going to spell out the fees and how they are aligned to district policy and how Facilitron is working with us. Now, we know that this is a new program that started in March 1st this month, but the hard start deadline will be June 1st of this year. and we will be going forward with all fees and expectations at that time. In the meantime, we have a little wiggle room as you learn to use the platform. No event will be approved without the principal approval. Your name has been added, principals. So if we don't see the green thumb, which is what we see, looks like this on our side, and it's green. If we don't see that, we know you have not approved, and therefore we will not approve until you have approved the event. And if you have large events or non-school related people on your campus, then it will require the insurance component to be satisfied. This is basically chapter 1 of what will be a platform for me to use in lieu of a meeting. I didn't want to call you here to the county office, and I didn't want to take time away. You can watch this at your own leisure and kind of remind yourself where we're going in certain aspects as I lay out these chapters. Each chapter will be dedicated to different aspects of operations, or maybe transportation, could be safety, could be athletics, or any of those things, custodians that I currently supervise. So it's my pleasure to work with you. I do want to make one final word about bids. As you know, we do a lot of bidding here at the county level, and sometimes you as a school, when you're purchasing items, we want to make sure that you are in legal compliance with what the district expects. So anything up to $2,500 does not require a bid. You are free to spend your money as you will. Anything between $2,500 and $24,999 requires 3 written quotes, and those quotes must be attached to your paperwork that comes to the county office, and you must keep that on file with you. Anything greater than $25,000 must go to the school board and be a sealed competitive bid. So keep that in mind as you're going forward with your spending. Keep that in mind as you're using your facilities, because if you use them, you owe the county money. We have stories out there and rumors about money being spent inappropriately, and honestly, it's coming to light with this whole Facilitron mechanism. So we just want to tidy that up, because as we are being watched and perhaps audited, we want to make sure we are in compliance with state and certainly county regulations. I'm done. I know that was long. Peace.